So as our entire conversation of the day two is now going to be transitioning to insurance in the digital age, managing distribution for the next billion. A pivotal topic right there, and may I please urge everyone in the room to kindly stay seated so that we can allow our speaker joining us on the stage. And just for all the ones in the room, requesting you all to continue with the hashtag GFF as one word. With that being said, it is now indeed an honor to call upon, ladies and gentlemen, none other than Mr. Deepak Sood, the member Non-Life Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India. Let's give him a warm round of applause as we welcome him on stage.
Excuse me. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. It's quite an opportunity to speak here at the GFF, and especially at a time when we're talking at the intersection of technology, inclusion, and opportunity. The topic covers insurance in the digital age, managing distribution for the next billion. It's a very interesting topic. It's not just for the next billion, but I think it's for the entire population, even to those who we've distributed already. We have limited time on hand, so I'll try and be it's a topic that can take a long time, but I'll try to be as brief as one can be. So if you look today, I think India today, as far as insurance is concerned and other things, it stands at an inflection point. I'm sure those of you who follow insurance kind of see that there is all this noise about 4% penetration as premium to GDP ratios. That's about half the world's average, et cetera, et cetera. So market with a great potential. Yes, market with a great potential. But let's look at it a little closer. Is this the right matrix? I think the vision that we've set about, the vision for Viksit Bharat, the vision that ADI has also laid out, which is insurance for all by 2047. That doesn't talk so much about premium as covering people. The aim for us is to be able to reach out and cover every person for life and livelihood. And when I say every person, basically it means every family is well protected, where the breadwinner has a life insurance, the family has a health insurance, their property is insured, and if they're running a business, that has an insurance. So they're well protected to face any kind of adversity, any kind of situation that might happen, whether it's a climate event, whether it's of any nature, any event. And that is the way that you'll build a resilient country, a resilient Bharat. So when you look at it from this vision, I think it's more important for us to reach these people rather than worry about what is the premium as a percentage of GDP. Because think about it. We are a country that's growing very fast. The economy is growing very fast. It's an economy that's leading the world today, and this will continue to grow at the same pace. The thing is that if in this environment where the economy is growing, the GDP is growing therefore, if we can reach out, when we reach that vision of providing insurance for all by 2047, and at that point of time, even if the premium is a smaller percentage than the rest of the world of our GDP, what does it really mean? It really means that we have been able to have a model where insurance is far more affordable than anywhere else in the world. The population is covered, we've achieved the vision, everyone has the cover that they need, everyone is protected. If it is at a lower premium, that means it's much more affordable. And I think that's a desirable thing to achieve. And that is what the goal should be. It's all about making people aware, making insurance accessible, and making it affordable. Let's take a little bit of a situation and see what has been happening. If we look at where we are today, I think over the last decade, India has built one of the most powerful digital public infrastructures anywhere in the world. The Aadhaar, the UPI, the DigiLocker, account aggregators, what we call the India stack. The digital backbone gives us all the tools that we need to make insurance truly universal, to take it well beyond the metros, well beyond the urban centers, and to take it to the heart of Bharat. But to do that, I think we need to rethink distribution, how we reach, engage, and serve the next billion and the ones that we've been already serving, because they also have to undergo a big change. The Bima Sugam is a big step in that direction. It will bring insurance to every nook and corner of the country, and I'll talk about that a bit later. The challenge with the traditional structure, the distribution structure, it has served us well. It is currently serving us well. The whole setup of agents, brokers, corporate agents, the way it is structured today. It's brought us to a certain level, but I think if we continue to stick with that, if we continue to follow that without really looking at other options and seeing what else is there for us to develop in this digital age, we'll continue to reach out to the same set of customers which we've already reached. To go beyond that, we need to see far beyond and say what can be done. But at the same time, we also need to realize that the digital shift, the fact that we have that mobile phones, smartphones, internet has penetrated deep into the country, deep into the pockets of the common man. The fact that there are first-time earners who are going into the digital economy. The fact that AI is in a position to give you much better solutions and help insurance companies and distributors understand the customer much better. This is all a given. There are insurtechs who are setting up very, very good models, coming up with bite-sized products, something that can address people to the extent that they need, customizing things. But at the same time, let us also remember that even Gen Next, which does everything online, when it comes to insurance, perhaps 64, 70%, whatever be that high percentage, do their research online, but ultimately not even 10% of them buy actually online. What they then do is that they go to one of the traditional channels and buy. Why is that so? The fact here is that this is still a business where you need to understand what you're buying. You need that trust to develop. And therefore, any distribution model that evolves will need to see that it also serves each customer, urban, rural, in any place, any socioeconomic strata, any age group, anything you call millennia, Gen Z, whatever it is, that it serves the one most important thing, and that is best advisory. I think what people really are seeking is the best advisory piece, and that is where the rethink is. Today, what you see on the internet, what you read on your computer, you have far more trust to it when you read it. But at the same time, you still want to analyze it a little deeper. You want to see a little more. The human touch is required. And that is most so in insurance, a product that is going to kick in, that is going to come in and serve you at the time of when you need it most and when you're most vulnerable. So anything that is developed, any rethinking, has to look at this aspect of best advisory. The new distribution will, in my view, and I think, will be of a hybrid nature. It is today hybrid, and this is the kind of thing that will grow in the digital, where our channels of distribution are digitally enabled completely. You think of the last mile, you think of a person approaching, even in a small remote village, of approaching a customer, being able to give him options on a cell phone, on a tablet, on anything that works for them, being able to show it to him, being able to explain it to him, give him the best possible advice, close his policy insurance requirements over there, and be able to service him also there and then. So besides the best advisory, the second thing that needs to develop to get to the next billion is to be able to create compellingly convenient distribution solutions for everyone across the country, across socioeconomic groups, across every age group. When I say compellingly convenient distribution solutions, it basically means to serve your customer when, where, and how he or she desires. And that too in a language that they choose. We are a country of multiple languages. We have the technology in this era to be able to transliterate at the last mile. It's not even necessary that you should know the same language for another person to be able to explain, to be able to reach out. That is where we'll have to start enabling our distribution channels, building new distribution channels and new options that can bring people into this fold. The initiative of Bima Sugam, if you look at it, which has come about, it's started, and it's today also many people talk about it as a digital or an electronic marketplace. But it's not just about buying. The vision, the Bima Sugam, in its full form, in its vision, is a one place where all insurance business can be transacted. And it is available to everybody in the value chain. So that means whether you have the insurers on the one side, the policy holder and the customer on the other side, the distributors in between, anyone, it is possible. It recognizes the fact that best advisory, as I mentioned, may still be necessary. So you may still need to come onto the platform, but seek somebody's help to try and understand what is the best for me. So both the parties, whether it's your distributor and you, can come onto the same platform simultaneously, can look at it. And it promises to take this to every nook and corner of the country, making it easy for everyone to participate at any point of the value chain that they may choose to, which includes right from the insurer, through the distributors, through the claims help, right up to the policyholder. But the final goal of all this, any kind of distribution, any use of digital era, the final goal of everything is to make the experience, the life of the policyholder more comfortable and more perfect. The trust factor that needs to be developed with the policyholder will continue to be the key of how successful any distribution channel, any insurer, or any product is. So I think the basic thing that I'm trying to say is that while the digital era, while this entire piece, AI, and other solutions that are coming in, the other technologies that are coming in, will enable our distribution systems, our insurers, to reach out to every nook and corner in this country. But building trust with the policyholder, protecting the interests of the policyholder, creating the conveniently compelling solutions for distribution and reaching him at any point, providing him best advisory. These elements that will build the trust with the policyholder will increase distribution far more than any algorithm can. This is not an overnight job. It takes time, something to build on for everybody in the value chain. But then also we are talking 2047 when we need insurance for all. So we need to build towards that at every stage. So if you ask me what is the road ahead, the road ahead for me looks like something what I would say is a digital first, but a human touch, a hybrid model that works, scalable models, but yet emphatic. Secondly, we need to be sure about data privacy and about the ethics of doing business and following. We need to be able to build trust with the consumer, with the policyholder. The regulatory framework has already been revised. It has been refined in order to enable such things. It has been more oriented toward make the life of the policyholder far better, making it life easier for him, empowering him more. If there is an information in asymmetry or something, skew that towards the policyholder. Let him be the king As in any business, they say the customer is the king. I think here the policyholder has to be more than the king because he's going to use your product at the time when he really needs it and feels vulnerable. So let me close in saying that as we move forward, our challenge and opportunity present itself is how to design this future. The minds that are working on it, the innovation that's taking place, and the innovation is not easy. In fact, today when I was just having lunch, the gentleman was sitting next to me, and he said that he runs a company that helps startups and others to adapt innovations from overseas to our context. And the other thing that he said was very interesting. He says, because of all the AI projects that start, 8% only succeed. And that was the first time I heard that figure, and I was quite surprised, and I said, okay. So I must quote this, and I have, but that is the kind of funnel that we have. So the work that is required to do this. And I think we can achieve all this with one thing. We can accomplish this vision if everything that is worked around, whether it is the digital era, the hybrid model, focuses only on one thing, and that is how do we make the experience of the policyholder better and the best, and give him better than the best, more than fair treatment, and put everything, empower him, put everything in his hands to be able to handle his insurance the way he would like to. All stakeholders in this game, whether it's the government, whether it's the regulator, whether it is the distributors, whether it is the insurers, have to work towards this common goal in this digital era, use the technology that is available, the tools that are evolving, and make the vision 2047 insurance for all a reality. Thank you very much.